I am Leo.
And I am Maya.
Welcome to English Unleashed podcast. Learn English
Feel English
and unleash your English.
Hello, my friend. Welcome back to English Unleashed podcast, the podcast that helps you speak English with confidence, with courage, and with joy. I am your host, Leo, and today we are talking about the number one reason most people never become fluent in English. It is not grammar. It is not vocabulary. It is not pronunciation. It is fear. Fear of speaking. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of being judged. Fear of opening your mouth and sounding wrong. My friend, if you have ever felt that fear, if your heart has ever beaten fast before speaking English, if you have ever stayed silent when you had something to say, then today's episode is made for you. And joining me today is someone who knows this fear better than almost anyone. She has been with us since episode 1. She has shared her heart, her story, her struggles, and today she is back to talk about the one thing that almost stopped her forever. Maya, welcome back to English Unleashed podcast.
Leo, thank you so much. And I have to say, when you told me the topic for today, I felt something very deep inside. Because fear was my biggest battle, not just in English, in life. And I am so ready to talk about this today, because I know so many people out there are living with this fear right now, and I want them to know there is a way out.
And my friend listening right now, get comfortable, because today we are going to go deep. We are going to talk about fear honestly. We are going to understand where it comes from. And most importantly, we are going to talk about exactly how to beat it. Let's go. Maya, let's start from the very beginning. When did you first feel the fear of speaking English?
Leo, I can remember the exact moment. I was 12 years old. My family had just moved to Los Angeles. Brand new city, brand new school. I walked into my classroom for the first time. 25 students, all speaking English so fast, so naturally, so easily. And I just stood there at the door, feeling completely invisible. The teacher saw me and said, "Class, we have a new student today. Maya, would you like to introduce yourself?"
Oh, wow. On your very first day?
Yes, my very first day, Leo. 25 faces turned and looked at me. And I opened my mouth, and nothing came out. Not one word. Just silence. And then someone in the class laughed. Just one person. One small laugh.
Oh, Maya.
And Leo, that one laugh, that one small moment, stayed with me for years. Years. Every time I wanted to speak English after that, I heard that laugh in my head. What if they laugh again? What if I sound stupid again? What if I freeze again? And so I stayed silent. 4 years. I chose silence over fear.
Maya, one laugh from one person followed you for years. My friend listening, have you ever had a moment like that? A moment that someone laughed, or judged you, or made you feel small, and that moment never left you? I think so many of us have. And that is exactly where this fear is born. Not in grammar books, not in vocabulary lists, in moments, small, painful moments, that we carry with us everywhere.
Yes, Leo. Exactly. And what makes it worse is, nobody talks about it. English teachers talk about grammar. They talk about tenses and vocabulary. But nobody sits down and says, "I know you are afraid. Let's talk about that." Nobody. And so you carry that fear alone, in silence.
So today, we are going to talk about it, right here, together. My friend, you are not alone in this fear. Leo has felt it, Maya has felt it, and millions of people around the world feel it every single day. But today, that changes. Maya, I want to understand something deeper. Why does this fear exist? Where does it actually come from?
Leo, I thought about this question for a long time, and I believe the fear comes from 3 places.
Tell us, what is the first place?
The first place is the fear of judgment. We are all afraid of what other people think. It is human nature. We want people to like us. We want people to respect us. And when we speak English badly, we feel like people will think less of us, that we are not smart, that we are not educated, that we do not belong.
And that fear is incredibly powerful because it is connected to our identity, who we are, how we see ourselves.
Exactly, Leo. And here is the truth that nobody tells you. The people around you, The ones you are so afraid of judging you. They are mostly not even paying attention. They are thinking about their own lives, their own problems, their own fears.
So we are afraid of an audience that is not even watching.
Yes, we build this huge audience in our heads, this crowd of people judging every word we say. But in reality, most people around us are too busy thinking about themselves.
My friend, hear that. The audience in your head is much bigger than the audience in real life. Most people are not judging you. They are just living their own lives. Okay, Maya, the second place fear comes from?
The second place is perfectionism. We want to speak perfectly. We want every sentence to be correct, every word to be right, every pronunciation to be perfect. And because we know we cannot be perfect, we choose not to try at all.
So perfectionism becomes an excuse.
Yes, a very comfortable excuse. I will speak English when my English is perfect. But Leo, your English will never be perfect. Nobody's English is perfect. Even native speakers make mistakes every single day.
Even people born in New York, in Boston, in Chicago, they make grammar mistakes. They mispronounce words. They forget words mid-sentence.
Yes, every single day. And they don't stop talking because of it. They just keep going. And that is the secret. Keep going, even when it is not perfect. Especially when it is not perfect.
My friend, stop waiting for perfect. Perfect is not coming. And even if it came, it would not make you fluent. Practice makes you fluent. Imperfect, messy, beautiful practice. Okay, Maya, the third place fear comes from?
The third place is bad memories. Like my story in Los Angeles. One painful moment, one laugh, and it stayed with me for years. Our brains are designed to remember pain. It is how we survive. But sometimes, our brain holds on to pain that no longer serves us. That laugh in that classroom was one moment, 1 second of one day. But my brain kept replaying it, like it was the most important thing that ever happened.
So our brain protects us from pain. But sometimes it protects us too much. It keeps us from taking chances, from speaking, from trying, from growing.
Exactly, Leo. And the only way to create a new memory is to have a new experience, a better experience, where you speak and nothing bad happens, where you try and the world does not end, where you make a mistake and someone just smiles and keeps talking with you. Those new experiences slowly replace the old painful ones.
So you fight a bad memory with a better memory.
Yes, every time you speak and survive, you create a new memory, a memory that says, I spoke English, and it was okay. And slowly, that becomes your story, not the fear, not the laugh, not the silence, but courage, and growth, and progress.
Okay, Maya, now the part everyone needs. How do you actually beat this fear? Not just understand it, but actually beat it, step by step.
Yes, let's get practical. I have 5 steps that helped me go from complete silence to speaking English confidently every single day.
My friend, 5 steps. Let's go. Maya, step 1.
Step 1 is start so small that fear cannot stop you.
What do you mean by that?
Most people think they need to have a big conversation to practice. They think they need to find a native speaker, or join a class, or go to an English event. And because that feels too big, too scary, they never start.
So they wait for the perfect situation, and it never comes.
Exactly. But here is what I did instead. I started with one word. Just one word per day. I walked into a coffee shop in Los Angeles. And I said, hello. That's it. Just hello. To the cashier. To a stranger. To anyone. Just hello.
Just hello.
Yes, Leo. Just hello. And every time someone smiled back and said hello, my brain got a small signal. That was okay. Nothing bad happened. I can do this. And slowly, hello became 2 words. 2 words became a sentence. A sentence became a conversation.
So you built courage, one tiny step at a time.
Yes, because fear cannot stop something that is too small to be scary. Start so small that fear has nothing to grab onto.
My friend, start so small that fear has nothing to grab onto. What is your one word today? Maybe it is hello. Maybe it is thank you. Maybe it is excuse me. Pick one and say it today to anyone. Okay, Maya. Step 2.
Step 2 is Make mistakes on purpose.
On purpose? That sounds crazy.
I know, but here is why it works. When you are afraid of making mistakes, mistakes have power over you. They feel huge, dangerous, embarrassing. But when you make mistakes on purpose, you take that power away.
How do you make mistakes on purpose?
I used to go to a coffee shop in Santa Monica every morning, and I would try to use a new English word, even if I was not sure how to use it correctly. For example, one day I learned the word magnificent, and I said to the barista, "This coffee is magnificent."
And what happened?
She laughed, but it was a warm laugh, a kind laugh. She said, "Oh wow, thank you so much." And she gave me a free muffin.
A free muffin.
A free muffin, Leo. Because I made a mistake. I tried something new. And instead of embarrassment, I got a muffin and a smile. And from that day, mistakes stopped feeling dangerous. They started feeling like adventures.
Mistakes became adventures. My friend, what if your mistakes were adventures? What if every wrong sentence was just a step forward? What if every mispronounced word was actually courage? Because it is. Every mistake you make in English is proof that you are trying. And trying is everything. Okay, Maya. Step 3.
Step 3 is find your safe person.
Tell us what that means.
A safe person is someone who you can practice English with, without any fear, without any judgment, just pure practice and support. When I was in Los Angeles, I found one friend. Her name was Sarah. She was from Texas, and she was the most patient person I have ever met. Every day after school, we would sit in the park and talk in English, and when I made mistakes, she never laughed. She never corrected me harshly. She just kept the conversation going, like nothing happened.
So she gave you a safe space to practice.
Yes, Leo, a completely safe space. And because I felt safe, I talked more. And because I talked more, I improved faster.
My friend, find your Sarah. Find one person who makes you feel safe, who does not judge, who just listens and talks with you. It does not have to be a native speaker. It just has to be someone who supports you. One person. That is all you need. Okay, Maya. Step 4.
Step 4 is record yourself speaking English.
Oh, tell us more about this.
This one changed everything for me. Every day, I took out my phone, I pressed record, and I talked in English for 2 minutes. About anything. My day, my feelings, what I saw outside my window in Los Angeles. Just 2 minutes.
And what did you do with the recording?
I listened to it, and at first, I hated it. Thought, oh no, is that really how I sound?
We all feel that way the first time we hear our own voice.
Yes, but Leo, after 2 weeks of listening to my recordings, I heard something incredible. I heard improvement. Day 1 sounded different from day 14. My sentences were longer. My confidence was higher. My hesitation was smaller. And seeing that progress made the fear so much smaller.
Because you had proof, real proof, in your own voice, that you were getting better.
Yes, and fear cannot survive against proof. When you hear yourself improving, when you have evidence that you are getting better, the fear loses its argument.
My friend, record yourself for 2 minutes today. Just 2 minutes. Talk about your day, about how you feel, about what you see. Then listen. Then do it again tomorrow. In 2 weeks, listen to day 1 and day 14. And watch fear disappear. Okay, Maya. Last step. Step 5.
Step 5 is change the story you tell yourself.
What story do you mean?
Leo, every person has a story they tell themselves about who they are, about what they can and cannot do. And for years, my story was, I am not good at English. I get scared. I freeze. I stay silent. And because that was my story, I kept living it every single day.
So the story became a self-fulfilling prophecy. You believed it, so it kept happening.
Exactly. But one day, I decided to change the story. I stopped saying, I am not good at English. And I started saying, I am learning English every day. I am getting better. I am brave enough to try.
And did that actually help?
Leo, it sounds simple, almost too simple, but it is one of the most powerful things I ever did. Because your brain believes what you tell it. If you tell it you are afraid, it will be afraid. If you tell it you are brave, It will find bravery.
My friend, what story are you telling yourself right now? Is it, I am not good enough? Or is it, I am learning, I am growing, I am brave enough to try? Because both stories are available to you. Every single morning, you choose which one to tell. Choose the brave one, even when it does not feel true yet. Especially when it does not feel true yet. Say it until you believe it. And one day, you will believe it. Maya, before we go today, for the person out there who still hears that laugh in their head, who still freezes when someone speaks English to them, who has tried to be brave and failed, and is maybe sitting right now, thinking, maybe I am just not meant to speak English. What do you want to say to that person?
I want to say, that laugh you hear in your head is not your future. It is just your past. And your past does not get to decide your future. Only you do. I was that 12-year-old girl, standing at the door of a classroom in Los Angeles, frozen, silent, invisible. And today, I am sitting here, talking to thousands of people, in English, not because I stopped being afraid, but because I kept going. Even when I was afraid, fear never fully goes away, but it gets smaller. With every word you say, with every conversation you have, with every brave moment you choose, it gets smaller, and you get bigger.
You get bigger. My friend, every time you speak English, even with a shaking voice, even with wrong grammar, even with fear in your heart, you get bigger, and the fear gets smaller. That is how this works. That is how Maya did it. And that is how you will do it too. Let's finish with our shadowing practice. Maya, 3 sentences. My friend, say them out loud.
Ready? I am brave enough to speak English today. I am brave enough to speak English today. My mistakes do not define me. My courage does. My mistakes do not define me. My courage does. Every day I speak more. Every day I fear less. Every day I speak more. Every day I fear less.
Beautiful. My friend, feel those sentences. Own them. In today's episode, we talked about where fear comes from. The fear of judgment, perfectionism, bad memories. And Maya gave us 5 powerful steps to beat that fear. Step 1, start so small that fear cannot stop you. Step 2, make mistakes on purpose. Step 3, find your safe person. Step 4, record yourself speaking English. Step 5, change the story you tell yourself. 5 steps. Starting today.
And remember, my friend, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is speaking, even when you are afraid. So speak. Today. Right now.
If today's episode touched your heart, please subscribe to English Unleashed podcast. Share it with someone who needs courage today. And leave a comment below. Tell us about one moment when you chose courage over fear. We want to celebrate you. Every week, we bring you real stories, real lessons, real motivation. And together, we will unleash your English. And thank you for listening. Keep learning, keep speaking, keep growing. And remember, your English is waiting to be unleashed. Blue Heart.